In this video, I'm going to show you something very important when working with JavaScript. It's called JSON. JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation, and it's a way to store information. So if you have a lot of information, you can store it in a JSON object, and it's a lightweight format for storing and transporting data. It is often used when data is sent from a server to a web page. You don't need to understand how this works. We'll look at this later. But essentially, when you have a lot of data in a database and you're trying to access that information on a client side, that is on your machine, on your computer or your mobile phone, you will be getting data from a server, backend server, onto your mobile phone or your device, and usually that data is being sent to you in the JSON format, and it's considered to be a self-describing and easy to understand format of data. So just to give you an example, this is a JSON object. So you can see here that we have a variable called obj, which is contained in a flower bracket. So all JSON objects come within a flower bracket, and inside of that you have a key, and the key has a certain value. It can be anything. It can be another object, or it can be an array of objects, or it can be a string, or it can be a number. Anything can be stored as a value for a key. And similarly, you can have number of keys. The keys have to be unique. That's the only constraint, but you can have any number of keys, and the keys can contain any kinds of values. So you can see how it is very useful, because you can have an endless hierarchy of data here. So for example, if you look at this very object, so we have obj as the object, and inside of that employees is a key, and inside of that we have an array of further objects. So this is an array of object, and this is an object with first name as the key, and the value of that key is John, and the last name is Doe. So the last name is another key, and the value for that is Doe. Like this, you can have an endless chain of objects within a certain object. So you can access any value of the object by referencing it like this. So here we have obj square brackets, and in here we are passing in the name of the key that you want to get the value for. So we are passing in this key, and in return we get this value. So you can see here at the bottom that this is the value that we get as the output for this statement. So let's look at an example for this. I'm going to name this as JSON example. And here we're going to create an object called var obj equals something like this. And I'm going to go to a new tab and look for sample JSON object. So let's look for some sample data. So you can see here that this is a JSON data that is an array of objects. And here you can see another example of a JSON data. And here you can see some more complex data. So let's try to copy this. And I'm going to pass it here. So you can see here that we have a really complex data structure being the value of this. So it's basically an array. Inside of that array, we have different objects. So we have 3 different objects in the array, and each object has certain keys. So this is a key, and this is the value for that key. And also a key can also have another object as a value. So here we're passing in this value, and here we have another key, and for that we have another array as the value, and here you have another key here in the object that is in the array and value for that. So like this, you can have complex data being packaged and stored within a single object. So let's say that you want to access a specific value within this object. What you can do is, I'm going to create a variable called item, and in here I want to specifically get the value for this type. Okay, so what I'll do is, I'm going to say obj, and inside I'm going to say the index of the item that we want to access. So obj of 0 will give me this object. Okay, so here we have this object, and within that I'm going to access this key. So I want to get the batters. So I'll say batters. By the way, let's also write the item that we're accessing. So we're getting this, and this is an object again, and with the key of batter. Again, I'll write batter in square bracket, and I get this array of objects. And you can see here that it is being represented like this because objects are not natively available to be displayed on the web page like this. So it will show something like this: object, 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 even though we have proper values here. And in this, I want to get the type here, this one, maybe this one. So I'll say the index of that particular object in that array. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So here I'll say is 3, and that will give me this final object. And of that, I want the type alone. So I will say type. And this should give me devil's food. Okay. So you can see here that within a single line, we are accessing very specific parts of this object. I know this is very complicated if you're looking at this for the first time, but I'll explain once more. So what we have here is the object, which is an array of multiple objects. So you can see here that this array has this object and then this object and this object. So there are 3 objects in this array, and we want a specific detail within this array. So what we do is we say object and the index of the item that we want to access, so which is 0 here in this case because it's the first item in the array. So that's what we've written here. So object of 0 will give you that, and within that we have this key which holds this value which we want. So we are accessing that value using batters as the keyword in square bracket. You have to remember that we're accessing it using square brackets. And once we have this particular object, we are accessing the batter within that object using this square bracket. So if you look at here, we have the batter as the keyword and this array has the value of that keyword batter. So we're accessing this value using this square bracket and batter inside. And within this, we have an array. So in the array, we want to get this particular value. So we're accessing this item in this array using the index. So that will be 3 because 0, 1, 2, 3. So we're getting that particular object which still has the ID and then the type. And of that object, we only want the type. So we're referencing type using the square bracket like this again. And we're writing that onto the document. So we get devil's food here. So fairly straightforward. Once you get familiar with it, it's very easy to understand how this works. So now let me do one more example to see how we can do this from the beginning. So let's say this time I want to have chocolate with sprinkles as the output. So what I can do is, so again I'll access it using the first element of the array. So I'll say obj0, and we can see that that particular item is in the topping key. So I'll say topping. And here it's in the index of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll write 4 here. And with that, we get this particular object. And within this, we want type. So now we get chocolate with sprinkles. So this is how you access different parts of the JSON object. You can also modify it. So if you want to modify something, you will say, instead of this, you will just say equals so let's say that's what you want it to be. You can do that, and you can say var item equals that, and you get to see the output here, and the output will be chocolate milk because we modified this value with chocolate milk using this statement. And when we try to access that same thing, it's now being modified as chocolate milk. So this is how you change things and also access different items. So I know that this can appear to be complicated when you are looking at it for the first time. Please don't worry. Have a look at this video one more time and try to understand what I'm trying to do here. And with familiarity, you'll get an understanding of how this works. And actually, when you practice using JSON objects over and over again, you'll get an easy, intuitive understanding of how these things work. I hope this video was helpful. In case you have any questions or doubts, please post them in the comment section below and I'll respond to you with the clarifications. Please make sure to like and share this video and also subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for notifications. And also, if you wish to support us with donations, please find the links below for Patreon and UPI payment gateway. Every little bit of donation that you make will go a long way in helping us sustain this channel. So thanks for watching. See you in the next one.